Nobody likes probation officers. They have a terrible reputation. Bruh. Anytime they're in the news, the headlines are always showing the negative aspects of being a probation officer. It's always bad, bad, bad.
Top story at 5. Shocking video shows an unarmed boy being tackled and physically assaulted by an LA County probation officer.
The most baffling part about all of this is that nobody really knows what probation officers do. So today we're reacting to a video by Western Wisconsin Probation titled, "What do probation officers do?" If you're new here, it's your favorite P.O., the one you want to see and not the one you have to see. Let's react to this video and see how accurate it really is.
But probation officers are important to every phase of a criminal prosecution. I couldn't do my job in a criminal case without the research, the investigation, and the advice of probation officers.
In case you didn't know, yes, probation officers investigate a person before they're put on probation to see if they're actually fit to be on it. You know what I mean? Pre-trial services. But I don't really want to hear from the judge. I want to hear from some actual POs doing the job.
U.S. probation officers are committed to proactive rehabilitation efforts, community partnerships, and...
First of all, see, this is why people don't know what probation officers do, because who's going to sit through this video? Who?
Strengthening support systems, and are devoted to putting people in positions to succeed.
My name is Mariah Stevie, and I'm a U.S. probation
now we're getting somewhere.
officer. You know, most people think once you're released from prison or placed on probation, that's when you deal with the probation office, but realistically, we're in the picture right away.
My name is Christina Gebhardt, and I'm a United States probation officer, and I work in the pretrial service unit. Most of the clients, if they've had experience working with law enforcement in the past, it may not have been the most positive interaction.
Okay, why they look so bored? They look like they didn't really want to do the video. Bruh. They should have had me.
And I think when they come into our office, or even if we're in custody, and they right away see that we're there to support them, that we're neutral third parties, and that we just want to make sure that we're getting as much accurate information to them and from them for the court appearance to go smoothly and to get them to the next chapter of their life, whether that be out of custody, pending disposition, or in custody, awaiting sentencing.
I think it's a really crucial point too, because it's a stressful time in their life. They're either awaiting trial or, waiting however their case is going to conclude. They have an open case kind of hanging above their head, and so we're here, to support them and make sure that they're getting through that time period in their life, however their case.
See, they're painting it as the PO, the pretrial officer, is there to help you, right? They're there to help you get through the whole process, make it more seamless, give you some resources if you need it.
I'm Katie Sorla, and I'm a U.S. probation officer who works in the pre-sentence unit for the Western District of Wisconsin. Pre-sentence unit plays an integral role in the federal sentencing process. Our unit enters the system once a defendant is convicted of a federal crime, and that can happen in one of two ways. Either they plead guilty to an offense or they're found guilty by trial. Once a defendant is convicted, we are charged with preparing a very comprehensive investigation into that defendant's background. We start with a detailed interview where we learn all about their life, their upbringing. We talk about their mental health, physical health, employment history.
And y'all notice what she's wearing, right? Not all probation officers wear like tactical gear.
Education history, their family ties, and that really gives us an understanding of what needs.
Well, all the defendants black. Okay.
Needs that they may have.
The pre-sentence investigation report is very important for the judges because they rely on the information within that report to better inform their sentencing decision, to better understand who the defendant is and how they got to the position they're in. So the primary audience of that report is the court.
Through that sentencing process, we work very closely with the judges. We often have to answer questions about our pre-sentence reports, and we are charged with ensuring that each defendant's risk levels and needs are addressed and identified.
Okay, we got it. Pre-sentence, very important. They're gonna investigate you, do background, get the background information, gather all this stuff so they can tell the judge, hey, this is what we found. We think this person is good for probation, or we don't think they're good for probation.
My name is Jelani Brown, and I'm a U.S. probation officer in the Western District of Wisconsin. As a post-conviction supervision unit officer, you primarily tasked with meeting with individuals who are released from prison recently. You meet with them before they are released and after they are released, and you essentially are walking with them and kind of their assistant during their transition from prison into society.
I'm Odell Wilson III. I'm a supervisor with the United States Federal Probation and Pretrial Service Office. We're required to meet with them within 72 hours, sit down and review the conditions of their supervision. We kind of have an assessment of what their needs are. Some of the things that we want to talk about is if there are issues or concerns or things that they may need, and we try to help them with those things. It's generally housing, employment, transportation. Some people have some health, if there are health issues or concerns.
Where they want to be or where they want to see themselves. And
that is so true. The main things is transportation. For me, when I was a PO, that was like number one. Either they needed a job or they didn't have a ride, so they couldn't even make it to probation without, asking somebody or inconveniencing somebody. So that was like real top two. So I agree with that.
6 months, 5 years, and then we kind of work from there, and then it's just a collaborative process.
We kind of identify, what they can expect from us as people who are going to be supervising them, and then we also talk about, what we are expecting of them as people who are on supervision.
And then once that's obtained, the goal for the probation officer is to try and get them off of probation early before their term is actually finished. One of the things that...
Amen to that. You see, get them off probation early. And most people don't even think about this at all. They're like, the probation officer's trying to get me, they're trying to get me arrested, they're trying to set me up. No,
think that
literally,
is
they're trying to get you
that we're
through
there to
it
punish
as
the
fast as
individual,
possible.
and that we're there to just watch over that individual in the community, which is not true. Our goal is to have a collaborative effort to help the individual reintegrate into society and to become a functioning member of society and never go back to prison again.
I have been screaming this from the mountaintops for like 5 years. But yeah, that's the gist of the video. I'll leave a link down below if y'all want to check it out for yourself. But for the most part, I agree with everything they said in the video, okay? Now I see why so many people don't know what it is probation officers do, because who wants to sit through this like low-key boring video? I'm here to give you a relatable, real life, one-on-one, I'm your friend type of insight or aspect to what probation officers do. So if you have questions, if you want to be a PO and you need some help, let me know. Put it down in the comments below or send me an email at yourfavoritepO@yahoo.com. All the information is always in the description box. But probation officers don't want people locked up. They are really there to hold your hand through it all. No, a probation officer can't help every single person on probation with getting a job or help every single person with getting housing who need it. A probation officer is only as good as the resources that are available to them to refer people to. In most instances, people are getting probation instead of going to prison. So a crime was committed. There has to be some accountability there. I think people forget that part. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Until next time, y'all stay safe. Bye.